What is up, everybody? My name is Pyroraptor, and today I decided to do something a little different. And instead of doing a video playing a game, I decided I wanted to go over some of the survival games that I am most excited for releasing this year, 2023. As always, let me know what you guys think about this kind of video. This is very bare bones. I'm not going to do any like fancy editing or including like a lot of gameplay of these games. It's just going to be whatever the Steam page has for it. So if this is something you guys would like to see more like news related type content, let me know and I will make a point to try to upscale it and make it a little bit better in the future. So without further ado, let's pop over to the wish list. And these are 12 games. There's probably more coming out, but these are 12 that I'm very that I'm very excited for, that are all releasing this year. We got them in the release date order. Some of them obviously don't have a release date yet. So we'll start with Sons of the Forest. Sons of the Forest is a new survival game made by the creators of The Forest. For those of you guys that have played that, it is a very, very, very amazing survival crafting game where you're fighting, these creatures in the woods, and you're trying to figure out the story and find out what happened to your missing son. I've actually never beaten The Forest. That's something that I got to make sure I play through before this one comes out. But basically, this one is, it looks like you were sent to find a missing billionaire on a remote island. You got to craft, build, and survive along with friends. And it comes out in February of this year. So we'll pop up and kind of take a look at a trailer for it.
Get down, son!
Okay, well there you have it. That is Sons of the Forest. This game honestly just looks like it's taking everything that the original Forest did and just really cranking it to the max. It looks like there's a lot more like gun gameplay and customizing, and the creatures are more grotesque, and the graphics obviously have had a huge overhaul. Just everything about this just looks like it's going to be amazing. And if the very first game if it's even half as good as the first game, it is going to be a very good survival game. Next is arguably the game that I'm the most excited for coming out this year in terms of survival. It's called The Day Before. It's going to be a open world MMO survival, very similar to like DayZ, but it kind of gives me at least some the Division vibes in terms of like the gameplay. You got third person gameplay where you're running around and you're looting, and most of these buildings are very lootable. You have to eat and drink as far as I'm aware. And there's also like a temperature gauge because there can be blizzards. You can team up with other players or kill other players, and there's, unlike in DayZ, however, there's safe zones where you're going to be able to trade and whatnot with other players, and the game looks stunning graphically. I'm absolutely very, very, very excited for this game. It's not going to be anywhere near as intense as DayZ in terms of like the realism, but it definitely looks like it has the potential to be the next big zombie survival like looter shooter. Everything about it, from the map to just the aesthetic of the game, it looks to be just so good, and I honestly cannot wait for this one to come out. It was supposed to release last year in 2020, but it's currently got a release date of March 1st, 2023. Definitely be on the lookout for that on this channel when it releases. Next up, we have Stalker II. Not necessarily so much of a survival game in terms of eating and drinking, but just a very good open world, very like realistic type game. Anyone that's played the original Stalker games knows how good they are. They're almost like Fallout, but like far more intricate and in depth, and graphically, this one at least is graphically stunning. This is the first Stalker game that has basically Microsoft backing it, so it's got a AAA budget, and these games have been so much fun to play. So if it's something you guys haven't played, it's definitely worth going back and looking at Stalker, like Heart of Chernobyl, and some of the prior games that are in the series before playing this one.
The noosphere, the Earth's informational field.
Not really so much a survival game in the vein of like, you know, DayZ and Rust and whatnot, but it definitely feels, it gives you that same gritty, you know, aesthetic that those games give you. Think of Metro Exodus and like Fallout.
Don't want the innocent to suffer? Then help me find the culprit.
And just like with Sons of the Forest, it really looks like it's just taking all the prior games, like the stuff that people liked about it, and really just cranked it to the max.
The zone, in our image, after our likeness.
My men are still lying out there, and I can't even bury them.
But yeah, this is Stalker 2. Definitely looks like it has the potential to be a very intriguing game. Not, again, it's only on this list just for the kind of vibe it gives. Same thing with the next one, Starfield. The only reason I included Starfield on here is because, like other Bethesda games, Fallout and Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, a lot of times there will be like a survival mode within it. Like Skyrim has it where your max stamina will decrease the more hungry you get, and your max mana will decrease depending on your sleep and stuff. So I would still qualify that as, to an extent, a survival game, and I imagine whether on launch or later on, this game will have that as well. But Starfield is the first original IP by Bethesda Studios in 25 years. They are responsible for Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Their first Fallout game was actually Fallout 3. When they made Fallout 3, they published New Vegas, but Obsidian made that and made 4, and then they made Morrowind, or they've made all the Elder Scrolls games, which, as we all know, they are some of the best RPGs out there. Yes, they're a bit buggy, but you know that's kind of what we love about them. Starfield is taking that formula and putting it in space. It's gonna be very similar from what it seems like. It's still using the creation engine, but there's gonna be hundreds of planets and hundreds of solar systems to explore, and just like anything else, there's gonna be different factions, and you're gonna be able to kind of create your own journey. Honestly, this game looks like it is going to be just absolutely insane. Again, the only reason I included it on this list is for the fact that it gives off that survival vibes, especially if they include the survival mode that they have in previous Fallout and Elder Scrolls games. But you know, it's not much more I can say about it. It's gonna basically just be like Fallout and Elder Scrolls. If you're a fan of those games, you're gonna more likely be a fan of this, and you're gonna be taking those kind of games and just like the past ones, cranking it to the max. It seems to be the vibe of this year. You know, it's gonna be a lot of very ambitious projects. This one's gotta have some space combat in it too as well. So with that, let's move on to Nightingale. This is the most intriguing survival game for me this year. There's no PvP in it. However, the whole point of this game is it's a survival game, but there's going to be these realms that you use, and you just travel around these different. It's very hard to explain. I'll just have to show you the trailer for it. But survival, crafting, it's going to be co-op. You're going to be able to build little communities, and just it honestly looks like this mystical fantasy land that, you know, I don't know. It looks so cool. I heard about this game I think it was like 2 years ago now, and it just looks so good. But they did release some gameplay of it, and I wasn't very impressed. We'll have to see how that goes in the long run, but just it looks a little bit janky, but we'll see how that goes as time goes on. But just being able to use this card system to open different realms and go to different realms to find new loot and find new creatures and stuff, just it looks so cool. Here's the gameplay trailer for it. I'll pile this one up. See what I mean? It doesn't look as good as the screenshots made it look, but like I said, it really does look like it could be good.
I'd say that staying fed, dry, and rested should be your priority. If the portal arch is inactive, you'll need to make realm cards from rare resources. Once you have realm cards, you can activate the portal. Beware though. Foul things lurk in the interrealmic void, waiting to get in. Be ready with your axe pick.
The game really does look cool though. I'm very intrigued. Okay. And as you seem to progress, you know, your little community grows and grows, and it just looks pretty neat.
Think but this, and all is mended.
Definitely, arguably, in my opinion, the most intriguing of the survival games that are coming out this year that I'm excited for. I know they say they all say coming soon to be announced, but as far as I'm aware, they're all supposedly going to be releasing this year. Blight Survival is one that I'm honestly not too terribly excited for, but the gaming community in general is. Medieval zombie survival game. They've only released a couple pictures of it and a little bit of gameplay. Looks like it could be cool, almost like a Souls-like survival game. Medieval with zombies and whatnot. I don't know. I'm kind of curious, but I'll just show you guys the trailer for this one, and we'll kind of go from there. We'll kind of scroll through this and take a look at it. I'm not sure if you have to eat or drink or anything like that, but the game's called Blight Survival, and a lot of people are under the impression it's going to be medieval zombie survival with Dark Souls combat. This gameplay trailer doesn't really seem to show too much other than just like the exploration. Looks like maybe a little bit of co-op in here. Well, there you go. That one is kind of says Blight Survival is an upcoming medieval co-op narrative action horror roguelite. Yeah, so I guess it's not so much of a survival as much as it is otherwise, but I'm so excited for it. Should be pretty cool. Next, we got Doon Awakening. This one I actually just found out about very recently. So for any of you guys that played Conan Exiles, which is a pretty popular game, very similar along the lines of like Ark Survival Evolved in terms of the style game. Obviously, it's not dinosaurs, but Conan Exiles is a game where, you know, survive, kill other players, you fight these giant world bosses, all sorts of creatures, level up, unlock skill trees, and craft and whatnot. Very popular game. When it first released, it wasn't that impressive, and then as time went on, even to this day, people are still playing it. And I, you know, with that is kind of why I decided to put this on here. I don't really care about the Dune franchise at all, but the reason I figured I would add this is because this is made by the Conan Exiles creators. So it's going to be basically the same style game of Conan Exiles, open world survival with other players, but it's going to be set in the Dune universe rather than the Conan universe. And that just looks to be pretty cool, honestly. I'm very, very interested in this. I think I'm actually a little bit more interested in this than I was Conan Exiles. I put probably 20, 30 hours in Conan Exiles, but that was just for sake of playing it with friends. Not really because I cared much about it. They haven't really released any gameplay of this yet, mostly just like in-engine footage. looks like it could be really cool. I'm not really sure how it's gonna hit the survival bill, because all these trailers make it look like it's more of a story, but they're billing it as a survival MMO, and like I said, if they have anything, anything like Conan, it'll probably have that popularity. So they got that back in them. I don't know. I'm pretty excited. It looks like the combat and the wars and the PvP are going to be pretty large. So that way, I'm very excited for that, because I think a lot of survival games lack proper PvP. I do like DayZ's PvP a little bit, but a lot of it's just people killing fresh spawns, and that's not too spectacular. But Ark's PvP, no offense to anyone that does it, is atrocious. Like, I want a game where the PvP is pretty insane. Conan Exiles, I never really dabbled into the PvP too much. So I'm very excited because it looks like they are putting an emphasis on PvP in this game. So we'll kind of go from there. And last but not least is Outbreak Island. They did release a like a prequel to this game called Outbreak Island Prelude, I believe is what it was called. And I did play it, and it was unfortunately very, very disappointing. I have not played it since launch, so maybe it has gotten better. I'm not sure. I will have to try that out here shortly. But the first one was kind of disappointing at launch, so we'll see if it's any better. But we'll see if this one, if they learn from that. But you're surviving on a remote island where a mysterious outbreak awakens bloodthirsty monsters at night. You gotta craft, build, defend your base. Typical open world survival sandbox games. But it is made by Tiny Magicians and published by Hype Train, so like they got some good stuff behind them. I don't know. It looks like it should be pretty good. I'll show you the trailer for it.
No! Get the hell out of here!
Lindsay, come in.
The island is deserted. I haven't met anyone yet. But there are traces of human presence, and, it's beautiful here.
The game looks awesome, and it looks very pretty, and it almost gives me Firewatch aesthetics a little bit.
Gathering supplies and even hunting with flash photography. Can you believe it? But, damn, I don't trust this place. Ready now. I'll get us out of here. Over and out.
Honestly, when I first saw the trailer for this game, I was so excited for it. And then when the Prelude came out, I was even more excited. And then I played it, and I was not as excited. But yeah, there's going to be outbreaks. There's going to be like raids where at night the zombies come and try to raid your base. Like, it has the makings to be a very, very, very good survival game, kind of along the lines of 7 Days to Die and Survive the Nights. But, only time will tell. I will, this kind of makes me want to go back and give the Outbreak Island like prequel free-to-play version a try. If you guys want to try it out as well, make sure you do. I'm trying to remember, what's it? Is it not? Did they not have the Prelude on here as an option? Maybe they took it off already. Desolate. Oh yeah, they also made Desolate. That was a fun game. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. But either way, let's see. Outbreak Island. They must have. Yeah, they must have stopped the little free-to-play version of it. Well, never mind then. I guess you can't play it. But, that's my list of all the survival games that I'm very excited for next year. Let me know if there's any that I missed. I kind of decided to make this video out of the blue, so that I've definitely 100% missed some pretty potentially interesting survival games coming out next year. So let me know what you guys think. Kind of keep me in the loop with anything that's coming out that I might have missed. And like I said, let me know what you guys think about this video. This is a little bit different for me. I wanted to try something a little bit different just because I absolutely love talking with my friends about video games. I have a Discord and I constantly post, you know, video game news as it comes. And I think it'd be kind of fun to do like maybe like a weekly gaming news thing on this channel as well. I don't know. Like I said, when I started this channel, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just doing whatever feels right in the moment. So, you know, just let me know if you guys like it. If not, I won't keep doing it. If you like it, I'll keep doing it. And as time goes on, and if you guys are enjoying the content and, you know, watching it, I'll obviously put a little bit more effort into making it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much for watching. You know, let me know what you guys think. Please don't forget to like and subscribe as always. Comment on the videos, you know, hit that notification bell, all of the above. And as always, thank you again. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace, guys.